What would be the best starter ship? We have quite a bit of options and flexibility. Every starter has its ups and downs. Some are for specific roles, while others are capable of offering several different types of comforts. So I will state this right away. Everyone has their own opinion here, and all I bring out in this video is based on mine. If you disagree or think there are better options, sure, let me know down in the comments below. There are around 25 or possibly even more different starter ships and their sub-variants, like the Mustang series or Aurora series, which both can actually split into 4 variants. Same can be said for Pisces, Reliant and Origin. Now if you go by the family, we get around 12, plus or minus few exceptions which could or could not be considered as starters, like the Origin 300 series or even Mirai Guardian. Perhaps even some of the Hornet series ships could be noted here. They are heavily debatable, but do offer some starter comforts. I'm not going to consider them on this list of 3, and just wanted to point out that they are also good options. So let's start with the 3, not in any particular order, and these are the ones I consider the most useful starters and why. Starting with my all-time favorite flying pancake, the CO Nomad. This is a rather large ship for a starter, but it also has the most amount of cargo space, 24 units. And comes with a remote tractor beam. Unique thing about it is really its hovering landing gear. There are typical comforts inside like the bed and can only be entered by the ladder on the left side. It is actually quite spacious for a starter, and the cargo area is separate at the back, which can only be accessed from the outside. It is also an open cargo bay, so it is somewhat easy to access or perhaps even take items from there. With 3 size 3 weapons, 8 size 2 missiles and 3 size 1 shields, it has some firepower and durability. While it is not meant for combat as it is a pretty big target and slower than most of the other small ships, it also has the same little amount of health as the other small starters do. I would say its most optimal use is the casual small-time cargo delivery and recovery. I would not use it for combat or in any highly contested areas, but it has the cargo space to make it unique and very comfortable for such a small ship. So in short, it's on the list because it has so much cargo space for such a small ship. For next, I have picked the most optimal starter for covering multiple roles. Of course, I am talking about the Aegis Avenger Titan, offering 8 cargo slots, entrance from the back or straight into the cockpit, while also having a bed, a small corridor, and all the minimal comforts that you might need. This is 2 or more times smaller than the Nomad, actually being rather small for the amount of cargo it can carry. For weapons, it has got 1 size 4, 2 size 3s, alongside 4 size 2 missiles and 2 size 1 shields. Retaining more health and maneuverability than most of the other starters makes it a good option for combat. I want to say that this ship can do a bit of everything. Comforts inside, capable of combat, and delivering small amounts of cargo. It has remained among the top starters ever since it was released, just because of the flexibility. I think this ship pretty much justifies itself, but it's got the firepower, weapons, maneuverability, and it also has some cargo space alongside with the bed. And for last, I have chosen the Drake Cutter, more specifically the Rambler variant. This because it is durable. It does not have that much cargo space, only 2 units, and it's built like a flying rectangle. For the longest while I disliked the Cutter series, because I could not use it optimally for nothing else than just traveling. It offers you expected comforts like the bed, the shower, and has very minimal cargo space, but it is actually somewhat spacious inside. The maneuverability is just lacking and the speed isn't that fast. It will just take you where you need to go, and that's perfect for a system like Pyro. I guess I like its simplicity just to travel across, and the capability of actually taking a beating. Rambler can fly twice as far as most of the other starters can. That's purely because it's an explorer, and explorer ships have more fuel. As for the weapons, they're pretty bad. It has 2 size 2 weapon slots and 4 size 1 missiles while having size 1 shield. It comes with nearly twice as much health as many of the other light fighters or even starters. I would never really use it for combat, but in PvE, fighting against other starters or light fighters, it will perform well enough. Fighting up the hill against medium or large ships would take forever, and I would not suggest it. It's purely on the list for its durability and capability to travel vast distances. There are several other reasonably good and cool looking starter ships. I could have thrown into the mix some of the more dedicated ships like the Fresh Strike Golem for mining or Pisces Rescue for medical gameplay, but since they are more specialized, I picked from the flexible pool of ships which can serve more than just one role or have one focus in mind. These were the three I chose as of late. And to be fair, most of the starters are actually pretty decent. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.